So this video is going to be about what we're fighting for. Uh, so anyone who served in the military, anyone living that served in the military, the last time we fought a war that was worth fighting was World War II. Most people, I shouldn't say most, but I know a lot of people that would agree with that. Basically, what's happening is we are on the verge of a economic collapse. There's a tyrannical takeover happening, fascist takeover of the country. Giving money to them at the rate that we're giving it is not good, not healthy. Clearly, that's why we're closing down schools and everything. So anyway, I just want to try to help you get a sense of, when you have that in your yard on a flagpole, when you have a yellow ribbon on your car or whatever. What we need to start to understand is that we need to make a change back to the principles that those things are supposed to represent. So, like when you go to war, if you're going to war to fight a war where there's some kind of fascist takeover somewhere else, like in Nazi Germany, that's justifiable. That's us stepping in and doing what is needed to end the tyranny. Now, what's going on is, we're going to Iraq, Afghanistan. Now there's, operations and talk of, and there has been stuff that's been done in Syria, Libya, Iran is possible. North Korea is still a liability or whatever you want to call it, but still a loose cannon. All these things are reality, but at the same time, most of them, if not all of them, are not justifiable wars. Um, you know, Other countries have their own sovereignty and they can do what they want. If it's really, truly, truly endangering the lives of our citizens, then it's justifiable. It's justified. So, 9/11. I'm not going to go into that too much, but you do your own research. I'm telling you right now, if you spend the time that it takes, and it doesn't even take that much time because so many people have refined the research process going into 9/11. You don't have to have a PhD to figure it out. A lot of people that do have a PhD have stepped forward and said that 9/11 was a joke. I mean, they pulled Building 7 at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. There's news reports of them pulling it when it hasn't even been pulled. I mean, you can see it in the skyline behind the lady. Then you have all these other things, Skype, whatever. I'm not going to go into too much into 9/11, but that was the grounds for going to a war in Iraq and Afghanistan. Then they tell us, weapons of mass destruction. How many weapons of mass destruction did we find in Iraq? And they never even told us there were weapons of mass destruction in Afghanistan. And terrorists from 9/11 were primarily from Saudi Arabia and other Middle Eastern countries. Like Afghanistan was supposedly only the place where Osama bin Laden was. So we went to war and we're still fighting, and we've spent trillions and trillions of dollars. Halliburton blows up Escalades because it got a flat tire, because that's on our dollar. So what I'm saying is not justifiable wars. Not justifiable. By any stretch of the imagination, no matter how you want to interpret the word justifiable as a lawyer or whatever, legally, not justifiable. And so not necessary. Therefore, we have to stop doing these things because that is losing its value. The principles are still there, and you still have to look. That's the thing. That's what I'm calling on everyone to do. We need to learn about the principles, learn about what this country was founded for, and start making some change. Positive transition back to where we started from. Has to happen soon. We're running out of time. I know I keep saying that, but we are seriously running out of time. If you love your children and your own life and all the things that we can still appreciate and enjoy right now, you have to do something now. And I can't tell you exactly what to do, but everyone has their own creativity. You can come up with different ways. I'm making these videos, but there's a million things we can do. And if everyone started actually learning about these things and then doing things to help promote that change, I can't even fathom how quickly it would change. Because clearly I'm not doing enough. Maybe it's not possible for me to do enough. I think we need more people to wake up and do things to create that positive transition in the right direction. So please, I'm begging you at this point because I want to have a family, and maybe you already have one, but we need to make a change now.